Hello and welcome to a Christmas Day edition of Sunday League to Legend. Here on Football Manager 21, we are actually in May Day, in fact. But that doesn't stop me wishing you season's greetings and glad tidings. One of the things that you'll find when you play Football Manager, certainly the games released in the last few years, is that there are kind of two stages to the first season. The period I feel is, Jesus Christ, please don't get me sacked, please don't get me sacked. And then the period where you've done just about enough to feel relatively comfortable in the job, when you can start looking at wider issues, such as your youth team, player roles, coaching, talking to real human beings, and maybe having sex from time to time. This is one of those times, because the win over the Holker Old Boys, which I'm sure you saw, combined with a win against Nelson, 5-4 in the next game, bought me an awful lot of time and breathing space at the top of the league, crucially. That all means today's fixture against Lower Breck is something of a free hit. We can't be caught at the summit of the North West Counties Division 1 North table. We're back at Fox Lane today to play Jimmy McNeil's side. The caveat, of course, is that we've played Lower Breck twice this season. Once in the Cup, the North West Counties Cup, and once in the league, and we've lost both times. They have a really good striker in Jay Colbeck, who was just on the ball just there. Here he is. He's one of the leading marksmen in the entire competition. So he's certainly something to look out for, as it is a free kick. Let's get him booked, Ref. Get him booked early. That's what I say. As Conticos is involved early. So he's our Australian goalkeeper, just 16 years old. This isn't a youth save by any stretch of the imagination. It's just a bit of a coincidence that a lot of our players are very young. They're the only ones at the moment that are sticking around. As Lee Hughes is put in. I nearly said Mark Hughes then. Can you imagine? Jake Pollard is getting too much space. We have appointed a new assistant manager. That's been something, one of the big events that have happened over the last couple of weeks, as De Castro plays the ball in. Ede with the cross. I just couldn't get onto Comer's head there. So we have brought in a new assistant manager. This was a bit crucial for us, really, because we've been struggling since João Zarco, our Portuguese assistant, upped and left for an under-23 job. As here come Lower Breck. This is sort of the pattern of play, but good tackle there by our defence now. Old Diego back helping out. He's already on a booking though, isn't he? And Lower Breck fire wide. So old Diego, the only player to pick up a yellow card so far within the first 10 minutes. I say old Diego, he's another 16-year-old, but I don't know why he's just adopted that name, as Castro's ball in is cleared. And it's a bit of a difficult one here for Colbeck. Not a good angle for him. He tends to get right in front of the goal and then just fire in. He's got a really powerful shot on him. Not worked out there for him in the slightest. Now it's a corner to Lower Breck. Interesting, we're not seeing these corners, so I'm guessing that it's not a chance on goal. Although having said that, we've got one, and now it's a chance immediately for Leyland Albion, for Lower Breck even, against ourselves, Leyland Albion. That is the danger on the counter. I haven't got caught like that on Football Manager 20. Not sure what I've done to Football Manager 21 to make it mean that we are getting caught all the time. I do put two players back there, both fullbacks, but they do tend to just come off the boil just a little bit, as it's Walker and then Comer. Oh, I'm right into John Courtney's gloves. Big kick downfield. There's Colbeck. Good save though by Conticos. All too often, that results straight away in a goal. As again, Conticos bossing his penalty area, getting two good hands on the ball. Dave Stanley has now picked up a booking. If we can encourage them to make these long passes that are a bit aimless, that would do us the world of good. But yeah, they've got the ball down now, haven't they? They're building an attack. This is the type of attack that leads to a goal. As they pop it around, they're popping it around like cocky bastards, aren't they? But no, it's fired up and over. Fairly sure we already were pressing J. Colbeck, but we can do that again. As now, look at Ede. He's in, and he's scored. The 15th goal of the season for young Joshua Ede. Another summer signing, brought in. Look at this, Conticos with the big kick out. He's gone to the left there. All the defence is happening on the right. And that's a good finish. Really composed. One-on-one with the goalkeeper, John Courtney. Stood up for as long as he could, the goalkeeper, to be fair. But still, Ede with the opener. So this sort of happened when we played the Holker Old Boys, where we took the lead, and I didn't think that we would ever take the lead against a really strong side like that. And it's happened again. So I do, of course, have the memory that we did take the lead against Lower Breck, I believe, in our cup game, that we ended up losing 3-2. Yeah. So let's not get ahead of ourselves just yet. It would be nice to get a second on the board, as Taylor, I think, picked up a yellow card there. Didn't quite flash up on the screen. And no, apparently not. As we have a corner, Coulter to take. And it's straight to the arms there of goalkeeper Courtney. And now here's the danger. It's Colbeck. He's through. Can he get a shot off? No, it's blocked. Good play by Forbes, who's back at right back for today. So Stanley back in the middle. And there's the equaliser, Jamie Manar. So he is the other striker for Lower Breck. We might have got the measure of Jay Colbeck so far, but unfortunately he's popped up there. Yeah, poor marking there at the back stick. Really left him all on his own. Got his volley off. They're just going to check for offside here. I don't think there was offside. Yeah, as you can see, our defence there on the left, keeping him onside. So Lower Breck now equalise. But we do have a corner. Let's look for the counter. See if that happens this time. No, but Lee Hughes is going to recycle possession. Good ball back into Coulter. And it's a good strike that needs a good save. Well done. Stanley with the delivery. Why is he taking corners? Somebody can explain to me. And Courtney gets his hands on the ball from the high one. Danko now being man-marked by De Castro. That means he'll get a booking anytime soon. As old Diego strays offside. Now Ede challenging for the ball. That's a good ball out, isn't it? Jay Colbeck really playing well. And there's the second. Jamie Manar. Left again on the right there. So Jamie Forbes is our right back. I suspect it's just him there, right on the left. Just at the bottom of the screen. Yeah, he's been suckered in. I think that's you, my friend. Can we pause that sec? I think this is Forbes. Yeah, look at that positioning. So we just highlighted him here. Right there. What's he doing down there? I mean, he's been sucked in towards the ball. There's 4 of them in a line. You could throw a blanket over them. And just watch, because he's the man that should be marking well behind him. Just watch where he ends up. Considering that the goal scorer is down here on the right, Forbes, you're completely out of position, my friend. And it's Manar who scores. Disappointing there. Completely preventable goal. But Forbes switched off. A bit of ball watching. And he's let us down there, to be fair. 3 minutes of added time, just 1 to play. And it's a corner now. So we've got more instructions. Big Richard Pell at the back there. 6'7" of him making the clearance. And there's Colbeck. Oh, what an awful time to concede. 30 seconds before half time is due to blow. Manar involved again. He's really feeling confident, isn't he? And this time, yeah, he just runs off the back of his marker, doesn't he? Creates a bit of space and gets his neck over it. It's 3-1. They're going to check for offside. There's no need. Although it's a little bit closer than I thought it was. But yeah, he cranes his neck there and gets over it. Away we go into the dressing room. We're just going to fire up the boys a bit. As I said, this is a free hit. Let's see what you're about in the second half. Does that motivate anybody? Absolutely not. Okay. Let's just encourage the boys as we throw it away at the start of the second half now. Here's Pell, Coulter, into Coma. Oh, it was a good effort, but a good stop by the goalkeeper. Got down low as Coulter takes the corner. Going to go back to him, I would suggest. No, Walker not really on song there. As yeah, free kick goes nowhere for us. In fact, it could be a Lower Breck counter. Manat on the ball again. We need to get a bit closer to him, lads. Contakos with the save, and there's a big throw out, but look at that. Straight to the opposition, and now we've given up a corner. Contakos, really poor decision making there. Really poor. But redeems himself a little by plucking the ball out of the air there at the Lower Breck corner. Jay Colbeck caught offside. Lee Hughes has been injured. Brilliant. So Hughes is going to come off. Now we've got a choice here. Do we go with Balde, who hasn't set the world alight since he arrived with us, or Stevenson Gallagher and move Walker up front? I think that's the option that we're going to take. And possibly for future games, if Lee Hughes is out for any length of time, then that's the option that we'll go with, I think. Stevenson Gallagher, not a bad player. He's just not as good as Harry Walker, which isn't really a crime. As here come Lower Breck on the counter again. Good ball to Manat, but it's a sliding tackle by Forbes that just ends the attack for the moment. But it's going to come in by the corner, cleared again. This time, Coma basically falling over. Contakos with the goal kick. Oh, Pell again. Not brilliant in his distribution, is he? Ball playing defender, I suspect not. We are just approaching the hour mark as we've got more instructions. Fairly sure that we've already closed down Danko. As there is a suggestion to replace Castro with Murphy. I'm inclined to agree actually, as Harry Walker goes through and should have scored. Dallied on the ball really. As Colbeck is through. Nope. Good effort by Contakos. As De Castro, the man who's suggested to come off, takes the throw in. Stanley out wide to him. Ede now with the ball in. Manat leads the charge. Here comes Colbeck. And it's a wide effort. I'm just going to pause things to make that change. Why not? Can't go any worse than it is. Losing 3-1, but nobody can get near us. In terms of the league table, they absolutely cannot get anywhere near us. In fact, can we have a quick look at the old league table while we're here? Yeah, you'll see we've got a 5-point advantage, even if it stays like this, despite Jay Colbeck and his best efforts. Now here's Coma inside to Harry Walker. Ede involved, just them not quite finding their passes, are they? As Stanley is going to pick this one up. He fires the ball infield, but it's aimless again. The defence just not really getting on the ball and finding their passes as Manat sends it just over the bar. As you can see from the Holker Old Boys, both played 29 games. We would have a 5-point advantage. And we've got a further 2 points, even as it stands, over Lower Breck. Then we've got in fourth Bury AFC, Nelson and AFC Blackpool in the top 6 as well. So not really much of a surprise. The only ones really that aren't doing so well are AFC Liverpool. They were thought to be one of the promotion favourites at the start of the year. Hasn't turned out that way, as we've got Coulter on the ball, but his pass is blocked. Now we're just not getting any space on the ball whatsoever. But it's a good save by Courtney. I think, though, Harry Walker was offside. Yeah, he was. As now, again, Lower Breck coming at us. Ede, not got enough of him on the ball, to be honest. That's not a great strike. Worth a shot, but not anywhere near. All the way going from one goalkeeper to the other. Stanley. Still not convinced by him, in all honesty. I wouldn't want to lose this one 4-1. I think probably 3-1's a fair result, as the ball is cleared back up to the halfway line. Now Stevenson Gallagher, but it's nothing happening. Yeah, there's a suggestion to replace Stanley. I did say that he'd not been playing well. So he's come off now for Francis Aliou, who is our young reserve, as Ede goes forward. Now Walker cracks a shot off, but it's never going to beat Courtney at the near post there, is it? Oh, he's played well. As I say that, of course, the commentator's curse strikes, and he sends one straight into our own goalkeeper. Ede inside. Is he going to have a shot? He is, but it's wide. Unfortunate there. Good effort from him. I like his endeavour. You know, he's not the most technically gifted player, I don't think. As Francis Aliou gets a goal back. So with 4 minutes to go on the clock, he volleys one home. Nice finish, actually, for a central defender. Well played. Right, so let's demand a little bit more going into the last few minutes. Set our mentality to very attacking. Of course, we're going to concede just now, but as I said, yeah, that's what tends to happen. Take your eye off the ball, and their striker does the opposite. He keeps his eye firmly on the ball and puts it in the back of our net. Yeah, it's been one of those days, hasn't it? Good effort, but I think Kontakos should do better. I think he was beaten there. But having said that, this will be our third loss of the season to Lower Breck, and I never like to have that on our record. Considering we don't really plan on playing them again, certainly not in the league anyway. I think only one team get promoted from this league, so we're going to have to do something special to just make sure that it's us. So 4-2 loss. Again, we're on the score sheet. We do that. But not a winning ticket in the raffle this time. As look at that, plenty of players are playing really well. Manar, the chief amongst them. J. Cole back on the score sheet as well. So we're going to end things there for today because, well, we've had a look at the league table. Yeah, I might just point the old finger at this one and say, I am not happy with your performance out there. Oh, a couple of them are motivated now. Of course they are. So yeah, as I said, that will end the edition for today. It's not been a great game, but however, we do have that 5-point advantage at the top. The next game that we air will possibly be our chance at promotion, if we are in a position to do that over the next few games. If not, it will save the last game of the season for next week. So I hope you're having a good Christmas day. Hope you're having a good Christmas weekend, as it'll be, depending on when you see this. And I'll be back on Monday. I'll see you then.